Star Trek. Lower Decks just promoted its first officer to captain, something Star Trek The Next Generation never did for Commander William Riker, Jonathan Frakes. As Star Trek Lower Decks' fifth and final season comes to a close on Paramount+. The USS Cerritos gets the chance to save the entire universe. Captain Carol Freeman, Dawn Lewis, and her crew admirably rise to the occasion, stabilizing a wormhole to alternate Star Trek timelines. The wormhole becomes a permanently open gateway to the multiverse, with Starbase 80 stationed at the Rift's entrance. With Starbase 80 now serving as the base of operations for the exploration of other quantum realities, Starfleet puts Captain Freeman in charge of supervising these missions. She and her husband, Admiral Alonzo Freeman, Phil Lamar, move on to the station, and Starfleet promotes Commander Jack Ransom, Jerry O'Connell, giving Freeman's #1 command of the Cerritos. Commander Riker, however, never got to be captain of the Enterprise, and was not even promoted until several years after the end of Star Trek The Next Generation. Throughout Star Trek Lower Decks' 5 seasons, Commander Jack Ransom has grown into a Starfleet officer worthy of being captain. While Ransom felt more like a caricature and a Commander Riker spoof in earlier seasons of Lower Decks, the show has taken time to flesh out his character, especially in Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5. Ransom has proved himself to be a strong leader capable of encouraging his officers to work together. He may sometimes accomplish this in unique ways, but he adapts to the officers at his command and uses strategies he knows will work for them. It's unknown exactly when Ransom became first officer of the Cerritos, but it only took him 5 seasons of Star Trek Lower Decks to make it to captain. Riker, on the other hand, spent 7 seasons of TNG and 4 films as first officer, a total combined 15 years, and will still never become captain of the Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, held on to his command as long as possible, while Captain Freeman chose to move on. As a California-class ship, the Cerritos may not get the galaxy-saving missions usually reserved for ships like the Enterprise, but its crew is just as much as family. With his adventurous and flirtatious personality, Commander Ransom has a lot in common with Commander Riker, but he got his promotion far quicker than the USS Enterprise D's first officer did. Riker was obviously a skilled #1, and he was offered numerous opportunities to command ships other than the Enterprise. Riker turned down every offer he received on Star Trek The Next Generation, choosing instead to remain on the Enterprise under the command of Captain Picard. As Starfleet's flagship, the Enterprise was particularly special, and Riker did not want to be in command of any other ship. Commander Riker got to sit in the captain's chair a few times on Star Trek The Next Generation, but will never officially took over as the Enterprise D's permanent captain. Even at the end of the series, the first TNG film was already being written, meaning Picard had to remain captain. Riker finally accepted a promotion in Star Trek Nemesis, taking over command of the USS Titan, while Picard remained in command of the Enterprise. Unlike TNG, Star Trek Lower Decks ended with a new captain in charge of the Cerritos.